So chair versus floor. People have been asking me about it. They're like, no, chair yoga. I don't do chair yoga. And actually I had a conversation yesterday with some yogis, and they said, yeah, your chair yoga class isn't what I expected. It was actually difficult. And there's a reason for that. It's because we tend to spend a lot of our time like this. And chair yoga, because this is our area of work, causes us to spend more time up here, which causes us to spend more time in this entire core wrap that we have going on. It's beautiful because then it leaves the knees and hips alone for a little bit and allows that low back space to get the length that it needs. And then you find that all of a sudden you're in a standing posture and, oh my goodness, I can bend all the way over because we took the time that the back needed. But chair versus floor, that's just up to the practitioner. That's all. You know, you want to hang out in a chair, hang out in a chair. You want to hang out on the floor? Be my guest, my magic to the test. Da, da, da. Okay, I have to stop now. Having one of those days. All right, our card. Ooh. Is the medicine horse card today. We're going to go full on honor the ancients, medicine horse. Let's see what the prayer for the medicine horse is. Take a breath. Are we actually remembering to get up every day and just breathe? Waking up and going, another COVID day. Or are we waking up and going, still here? Yeah, right? Still here. Wow. You know, a lot of folks aren't able to come into class anymore because they've now gone back to work and work has changed. So it's not life as usual and they're out of routine. Maybe the whole office isn't in all at once. And so they're not able to take that customary, okay, I got this breath, because things are different. They want to go talk to so-and-so. They got to dial in and say, hey, I got an issue here. Can you help me sort it out? You can't just walk into their office anymore. You know? So, I'm still here. Bring the focus in. So we're still here. Maybe soft gaze with the eyes. Open that jaw so that we're not clenching. Settle into those sits bones. Let body parts be held by gravity. And the prayer in this says, Great Spirit, beautiful, wild and free, you liberate me. You show me the truth of my experiences and that I responded as was natural for me then. Now my nature is ready to be alive in a new way. I am ready to celebrate my spiritual beauty, the freedom to be myself, and to enjoy sacred connections that are mutually supportive and encouraging. I honor you, Great Spirit, for the beautiful gift you bring to relieve my soul. You help me walk in the way of spirit with honesty, power, and grace. May all creatures be happy and free. And interestingly enough, in yoga, we have a chant, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Open the hands, shoulder blades back and together. Crown of the head stretches up. So I can stay packed in around my soul. It's my soul. Or I can stretch from the tip of my tailbone to the crown of my head, beyond the flesh below and beyond the hair follicles above. Let everything radiate from the fingertips. And then stretch through spirit to be relieved of any burdens, relieved of any discomfort, and to ask for the learnings, for the teachings. Shift ever so slightly forward. Take the right hand behind the back. Grab the right wrist with the hand. Pull across to the left and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe into this space, allowing the spirit and the soul and the light within you to radiate beyond the tip of that right shoulder. Leave the right hand where it is. Let the left hand drip out. Breathing in, breathing out. Palm turns up. Now we reach over for the right side of that head. Give a little more of a pull. If these body parts aren't ready for this yet, don't force them. Stretch the spirit instead. Inhale. Exhale. Release both arms. Hands go to the left. Drop down to the outside of the leg. Drape over the back of the chair. Give yourself a nice tall twist. If you're on the floor, it's the exact same thing. If the legs are in crisscross applesauce, just grab the outside of that knee. Hand lands right behind that sacrum. Breathe in. Stretch, even though we are twisted, soul radiating always, 360 degrees, and it's spherical. Next time you exhale, unwind to the center. Let the body settle. Left hand slides behind. Right hand grabs the wrist. We're going to go away from the tip of the left shoulder and just hold. Breathe into the chest as if there's like a magic pot in there, that if you breathed and like blew air into it, that all of the glitter that was in that magic pot would just come right out of the body. Imagine that it's fragments of your inner light raining down all around. And then the head comes up, leave that left wrist where it is, reaching out. All right, got to reach out first, then turn the palm up, reach over, give that head a tug to the right. Each side will feel different, but yet when we're done, we're hoping that the body will draw into balance, into union with itself. Inhale, release, unwind, come out and have that twist. Yoga means union. Body, mind, and spirit. The body itself is just a container. It's a container full of molecules and atoms. It's a container for the soul. And the soul is infinite and bright, can exceed the limits of the container too. Breathe in, unwind. Legs go wide. If you're on the floor, stretch out wide V. If you're in a chair, take it in. And then give yourself a little shove from side to side. I like to use the palm of the hand to press away. But all of that goodness that we feel down at the base of that spine and the top of those hips right now, oh, those are bound up molecules from lifting grandbabies and walking dogs, right? For those of you with young children, ooh, it's the daily chase that's going on. Shift the body to the right, push away with that left, take that right elbow, lay it down, lay those feet flat too, and then reach out and over. Oh, yes. Feel that length. And so once I find length, then I want to find more and more and more. And it's that same concept of the body is just a container for the soul, because I want to be able to shine. And why would I stop at that? I want to shine more. I don't want to shine to be center of the attention. I want to shine so that it reaches others and theirs reaches us. And then we are boundless. Breathe in. Breathe out. That hand slides down. Support through the center and back and forth you go again. Boundless. I mean, boundaries are great in relationships and with children and, for pets and neighbors, good stuff like that. We need boundaries. We need laws. We need speed limits. But then there's boundless. Go left, reach, stretch, find the length, then put that elbow down and then reach over. Where are you boundless? So teaching here in America, yoga is a system that was gifted to us. Came across the ocean with some very curious people with spiritual seekers, and it has made a lot of adjustments since it made it over here. And so we adjust and we tweak, and then a lot of times we pull back. We go back to the roots of where it came from, because that's where the truth was. Because yoga has been boundless and moved around the world, and then yet, where's the center of it? So as you come back through, lean way forward. We're going to take those hands, we're going to plant them in front of the heart. The feet are really glued in. We're going to plant in front of the heart. Then press down with the feet to cause the rise of the body to come back to the core. I'm boundless through this practice, through the blessings of the ancients that brought it forward. Boundless, but there's a core. I'm boundless, but there's a center. Find breath. That center. Arms sweep out. Take your energy with you. Slide those feet in, tippy toes on the floor. And then we're going to scooch to the edge of the chair, lean back, and then lift those knees. So we've got a modified Navasana here, an upward facing boat. And we breathe. If you need to grab the backs of the thighs, grab the backs of the thighs. If you want to cross the ankles, you could do that as well. Just make sure you give an opposite cross at some point. Hold there. Come on. That energy is squeezing out. Wow. Molecules are bumping into molecules, and there's combustion happening. Let it happen. And then slide down and in. Tuck in over yourself. From boundless to centered. Using the practice to create relief in the body, relief of anguish in the mind, relief of emotion. And then as we roll up, hands come through center. And then using the practice to pierce the sky, connecting. If you need to take moose antlers, but then put the fingertips together so that you've got those arrows pointed at the source so that you're like an antenna receiving the wisdom. Big breath in, big breath out. Hands slide through, knees go wide, fingertips all the way to the floor if you can. If you're ready to get the zirumpus up out of the chair, you can put the hands down and lift the tush. If you're not ready for that, then elbows to thighs. And if that just doesn't seem like enough, you can go ahead and come up, turn the chair, put the hands on the back, or put them in the seat. But we're wide leg. So wherever your standing transition of choice goes, you can stay seated if you'd like to with those elbows on the knees, or you can come right on up. And then I'm just doing a little shift and a shift and a shift. So if you're down here in the floor, you're bending and shifting and bending and shifting. And then pause wherever you find center. Lift the toes on the feet. Pull the arches up away from the earth. Pull into the center of the body, even while you're bent in half. Pulling in so that when we bend the knees and we draw the hands to the tops of the thighs and we start to press and lift and stand and we end up in a nice big wide X and we take that energy with us and we become boundless again. Start to notice the correlation of the center and the release. We're still slightly tethered to that spark. Breathing in, breathing out. Right hand goes behind the body, left hand goes to the right hip, attempting to look over the right shoulder. If you want to bend the left knee and give yourself a little twist to the right and a little forward bend, you're welcome to. That left heel can peel up off the floor. If that's not for you today, then just hold here. Breathe in, breathe out, release from the posture, come back up, X the body out again. Find that tether front and back. It's right there in the center. And then twist to the left. We're looking. And then if we want to do the fold, that right heel comes up and we do the twisted curtsy. We breathe. And then the next time you breathe in, press, lift, X that body out. And then down into prayerful hands. Find center. Sweep the arms out. Shift into that right foot. We're going to take that left heel across to the right cheek. If you need your chair, have your chair available. Right side or left side, it's up to you. So if you want to just hold across the back, you can hold across the back. But if you want to take that right hand and grab hold of that right foot, you might need to use a strap, or you may just hold here. But where is the core of your being? And what is its source? What feeds it? Breathe in. Breathe out. Release back nice and wide. Forward fold. Back down either into the seat of the chair, the back of the chair, or all the way down and in. Still with a bit of a wide stance. Allowing the pressure in the lower back to be relieved. Knees bend, hands to thighs, roll, and then explode. Using the breath as the awareness point. Hands to prayer. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Shoot the arms out. Shift to the opposite side. So shifting left. That heel comes across the back or touches the floor. But we want the body to shift so that that left leg finds a strength point. You could reach down, grab that foot. The knee still turns out. We're used to doing the old quad stretch, you know, this bad boy. That torques the low back. So holding here, hand on chair, but find it. Where are you boundless? And then where are you held? Lovingly held. Breathe in, breathe out. Release wide, arms slice out, forward fold. One more time. Your way. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Spine rolls up and then belly drops down. So a standing cat and cow. Spine rolls up, crown of the head rolls down, and then the belly drops. And then the spine and the belly. And the spine and the belly. And then one more time, that spine rolls all the way up. Arms reach up and out. Be big, be bright. Yes. Inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself down into the hands. Now we're going to play, because play is nothing if it's not boundless. Back of the chair toward you. We're going into half moon. So if you need this here, beautiful. But the greatest thing about the seat of a chair, make sure you're not on hardwood. I see we're not all. Here we go. Just making that adjustment right there. So that hand comes down and in, and then the body peels open, okay? So we're gonna start right hand first, all right? So the chair is off to the right. If you wanna do this without the chair, beautiful, awesome. You know, there's so much going on in that, but using this hand as the center of your posture is going to allow the rest of the body to be boundless. So I've got my chair planted. I'm going to put 2 feet on top of my mat. I'm going to step away slightly. I'm going to turn my right foot in and then come down and in. If I need to bend that knee, then I bend that knee, but lift. Because this posture is nothing if it doesn't have a few boundaries, but then it gives that ability to express and to move beyond the container of the body. That outer leg, I can pay attention to those back toes. Mine are wanting to turn up because they're trying to get my quad to do the work for me. So I level the instep of that foot out with the floor, and then I make sure that I have a little micro bend in that standing leg. And I press. Breathing in, breathing out, and then bending the knee, tipping up, finding breath. I press out, I come in. It's human. I expand, I go to a concert, I'm free, and I come home. And I play with the grandkids, and then I'm exhausted. Right? Other side. I mean, you can simply turn around. I'm going to move my stuff so that everybody can see. But I'm out and I'm in. and I'm out and I'm in. And energy practitioners recognized that a long time ago. We don't just go out and stay out. We forget to eat. We forget to like drink water. Like, ugh. We go out and we come in, and we go out and we come in. So that left toe reaches in. I plant, I lift, and then you're going to get a real quick cue of which side wants to play along and which side doesn't. So if you're into the back of the chair, you can simply come right here. So now I'm moving over. I'm fighting osteoporosis here. I'm not bound by the difficulty of the posture. I'm safe. And then I can fly away from center. I'm not outside of reality here. I'm exploding up and away. So one of the things that we have that researchers are finding very evident in our culture while we hold is that we're thrill seekers. We're and attention seekers, and we're constantly going outside of ourselves to look to be entertained. Breathe in, breathe out, bring it in. And just rest and notice. How was I stretched? Inhale, exhale. So if wrists are a problem, for the next one, you're going to want to go in forearms on the back of the chair or fly free. Warrior three. I'm going to turn in toward the seat of the chair. I'm going to bring the hands in. And so if the wrists are an issue or there's carpal tunnel, turn the back of the chair, forearms come down. That way my hands are free. Right leg comes up and back. I use it for what it is. Or I can come into a wall and do the same thing with my forearms, and I can just be free. If you want to just hold, bend in. Give yourself some wings out back. But then, if you've got the support, find the hold. Reach through that back heel, reach through the crown of the head, breathe it in. Bend that standing leg, touch that right knee right behind that standing leg, then shoot that right heel out behind again. Take that foot, step it down, arms, reach up, big breath in. Hands back into prayer. Inhale. Exhale into the wall, the chair, or into thin air. Left leg comes up and back. Little micro bend in that standing leg. So with research telling us that we're reaching out, we want to be entertained all the time. That means that there's a modicum of discomfort within ourselves. So that then when we become quiet, it's not customary. It's different. It feels wrong. It feels out of place to be quiet and within the self. So then people are getting used to boundless, 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 boundless until they're exhausted. That knee comes in, touches the back, stretches back. That leg folds down. I slide up my arms, reach up and out. I'm boundless. And then hands come to prayer. Find the breath. Turn toward the front of your mat. Chair or no chair for support. You know you. Breathe it in. Exhale, hands down. Breathe, those hands up wide, X. Bend in the knees, hand down for support if you need it. Right leg steps back into a lunge. Looks like that. Heel high. So it's not the biggest lunge you've ever been in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring those forearms together in front of the body. Twist to the right. If you need that hand on the chair, keep it there. Hold. Radiate from the fingertips. Radiate through that back heel. Out through the crown of the head. Breathe it in. Out, twist forward. Right hand comes down to that left knee. That left hand opens up or comes to the back of the chair. So I'm twisted out and in. I'm either here or I'm here. Inhale. Exhale, sweep forward. Those forearms come back together. The knee on the right leg is going to come through. Try to touch those knees. Bow down and in. And then put the foot down. Arms explode up and out. Breathe in. Knees bend. Left foot steps back. Heel is high. Heart is open. And then slide down and in. Looking for center, turn to the left. If you need that hand on the chair, it's right there. Radiate. Expand. Breathe in. Exhale, come back through center. Left hand on the knee. Reach with the right. Go for the chair if you need it. Shorten the stance. All the things. Next breath in brings those hands and those forearms back together. That left knee slides through. And then we attempt to touch the elbows to the knee. Once we kiss, then we open. Be big. And then hands into prayer. And hold. Hands to hips, little wide stance. Find the hula hoop. There we go. Nothing does us right like a good hula hoop session. Just get in the, yeah, get around there. Other direction. If nothing, just stop and hula hoop anytime. Pause in the center. Turn those toes out. So now I've got my heels either at the edge of my mat or off of my mat. Depending on knee and hip issues, you may want to come in a little. You're just not going to take as deep of a stance going into that goddess posture. We did this on Monday, but we're going to take that body down and in. We're going to drop the tailbone like there's a weight on it. We're not clenching. We're not, pulling in. We're dropping, moving into thighs, and then finding the expansion through that heart space. Lift the toes if you can. And then look for your boundaries and see if you can't break them up a little bit. Beyond the fingers. Radiate out through the palms of the hand. You energy workers out there, come out of the palms of the hand. And out of the soles of the feet. What happens if we were to send it out of the soles of our feet too? Breathe in, keep holding, breathe out. Straighten the legs, right hand drops. We reach out and over. Inhale. I'm going to turn around because I'm going to get confusing here in a second. All right. That left heel slides out. And then we're going to slide up into a warrior two. Shoulder blades together. Beyond the edges of the container. And right where we started in the beginning, slide that hand across the back. Reach with the right. Grab that wrist. Lean away. If that doesn't work for your balance set, work through it. And then lean in. Hold on. Shorten the stance if you need to. And then slide the body up. Find that warrior two again. Settle center first, then beam out. Breathing in, breathing out, straighten the front leg. That left hip gives a little tip, triangle posture. You could look down, you could look up, you could look like this. Ta-da! It's up to you. Breathing it in, breathing it out. Come back through center, slide that heel in, find that goddess, sit in, yes. Ah, toes up, light out, but yet there's a center. Straighten the legs, drop the hand, reach, right hand reaching left. If you need that chair, it's there for balance. And then bending the knees, slide that right heel out. We're bent long beyond the body, and then slice up into your warrior. Down those left fingers if the cervical spine is agreeable. And back to where we started, right hand reaches across, left hand lean away. If it's too much for the neck, make adjustment. Next breath brings you up and over that left quad. Shorten up if you need to. Breathing in, lifting, settle back into center. I like to turn my palms forward a lot of times because then I can really stretch through the fingers. A lot of people really love palms down. Breathing in, breathing out, straighten that leg, shift that right hip out. Triangle posture tips us in. One more breath, slides us up, pulls the heel in. Last goddess right here. So where are we? Am I pulled in because I'm challenged and then my head gets involved? Or am I a little more free? Because as the ancients passed this down and the wise ones brought this to us, it wasn't to create a box for us to live in. It's a personal system to free the self. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward, dive in toward the seat of the chair or for the floor. I can dive in, hold here, and then bounce the backs of the legs. There we go. Got a little yoga for all levels going on. Because if you're an advanced yogi, you've just folded down and in. You could go up into a handstand right here very easily. One more breath. Bend the knees, roll up. Step together. And then either into the chair or down to a seated position. I'm going to grab my bolster. You could grab a blanket, do great many things. I'm going to come down into the floor. Soles of the feet come together. If you're coming back down to the chair, it's the same thing. You just have a seat, the soles of the feet come together, the knees come out wide. And just find where you are in the moment. Be in the moment, be in the moment. Awareness in the moment. Would I be the same person right this very second if I were elsewhere, doing something else? Probably. but would I have the awareness of the moment? Big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to slide the feet together. If you're in a chair, simply cross your right leg over your left. We're going to take that right foot, cross it over the top of the left thigh, grab onto that shin, lift up through the crown of the head. Breathe in deeply. Bow the forehead down to the knee at first. Tuck in. I mean, I am nothing if I am not an expert of flying away. Y'all know me. Woo, I can get out there. It's great. So I have to make time like this to pull in, to be aware. On the next breath, we roll up. Right hand or left hand or left elbow stays in. I lift. Right arm reaches. I twist. If I'm on a bolster, I grab the back of the bolster. If I'm on the floor, I plant the hand back there. If I'm in a chair, I simply take that hand on the outside of the knee, twist, and maybe drape the arm over the back of the chair. Finding fullness. And then moving beyond fullness to boundless. One more breath. Twist the opposite way. Open twist. So for those with back issues, this may feel better. Anyone that's pregnant may feel better in an open twist. The belly, they call it open because the belly isn't squashed in. There's an opening that happens in the abdomen. Breath in. Release. Unwind. Opposite side. Crisscross applesauce. Pull up and in. Find the length in the spine first. Move away from center. And then roll that forehead down. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. The inhale lengthens the spine. The right hand or the elbow. The left hand presents, we twist. If you went the other way, it does not matter. Go the other way next time. In a chair, use the body of the chair, the structure of the chair, to emulate the structure that you want in the body. So that then the body can release some of the effort. And then the container can release the light. Big breath. Release, opposite side. Lift. So we're releasing out of spine energy here. We tend to stand up every day, walk straight up and down, sit straight up and down. So the spine can be kind of like a lightning rod where it holds energy. It doesn't necessarily dissipate the energy. It can hold the energy. And then low back pain happens, and that's where energy gets trapped between the shoulder blades, or sometimes it'll come up to the base of the skull, end up in the jaw. Unwind. Release that energy. Nice. Soles of the feet back together. Slide the feet as far away as you are willing. I'm going to slide off of my bolster for this one. Slide away, but yet put some of that cosmic super glue in between the feet. Bring those boundless hands up. Reach from the tip of the tailbone up to the crown of the head. And one more spinal twist. We go. Right hand goes for left ankle. Reach and open. See if there's any stuck energy in the backside of that body still. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back up into that boundless space, reaching, radiating from fingertips, and then opposite way. Left hand, right ankle, reaching back. This time, left hand reaches over right. Pull yourself down and in. So if you're in a chair, you can either do this with one leg at a time. You could grab a strap and just stretch one leg out straight. If you want to go further into this, tuck the arms up underneath the shins, pull the head down into the well, pushing the crown of the head toward the toes. Using the breath like the needle on a compass. The breath brings you back true north. Next time you breathe in, unwind, roll up. Extend that left leg out straight. If you're in a chair, simply gather up the back of that right thigh. If you're not in a chair, we're going to take that right arm on the inside and pick that right leg up. If that's not going to work for you, fold it open, hold here. But we're going to scoop it up. I got my little Buddha high five hand out here. Got that going. Got my right foot flexed, and then my boundless hand up top. I'm bound here between my forearm and my leg. I'm bound. See, I'm bound up. But then, even where I found a tether, I'm moving beyond it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release that leg down. Reach for those left toes. Janu Sirsasana. Nice runner stretch. Oh, to be blessed enough to have an hour of the day where we can just be together and stretch and strengthen and find the moment. So many don't have time to find the moment. That's why we move beyond the center of the heart space and expand out, so that when we come into contact with those people, they can rest with us in the moment. Body rolls up. Right leg extends. Oh, my feet are out of the screen. I have no feet. Left foot comes up and in. Reach under. Pick it up. If you're in a chair, simply reach to the outside, pick that leg up. That's all. That's all. That's all. It's nothing complicated. High five. There's where I'm reaching beyond the bounds. And then reach up and out. So here's where I challenge you. We're all moving slightly around in public, going to the grocery store, picking up takeout food, heading to the drugstore, things like that. Look around when you're out. See if you notice someone while you're out and about that seems bound. Could be somebody that works there, could be somebody moving around in the same space. We're all going to have masks on, which is a boundary, and it's tough for people. See if there's a way that you could expand your energy and help them breathe easier for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Slide down and in. Because if I am so blessed that I have these moments with you guys, then I see it as spiritual responsibility to go out and share. Simply saying thank you to someone who hasn't been seen all day. Giving $5 to someone who's been sitting for a long time with a cup out. Seeing people, recognizing their humanity. Next breath rolls you up. And then choices. Got my bolster back here. Roll down over the bolster, shoulder blades on the floor, feet planted, supported bridge. Or if you're in a chair, you can grab a blanket, put it right behind your lumbar spine, scooch the tail to the tip of the chair, shoulder blades on the back, find support from the blanket. I'll do the examples of both. Pulling up behind. If you want to do a full bridge, that's up to you. Scooching up and across, moving my chair so I don't knock myself out. And then, voila. Or as my nephew used to say, voila. And then if you're in a chair, I've got a blanket. I can scooch to the edge of my chair. I can make a lumbar support. Tuck it in behind. And then just support spinal energy. If I want to straighten my legs out. So if you're a back bendy type of person, straighten the legs out. You don't have to have full bridge legs. You can do a supported back bend. You'll look a bit like a very interesting aqueduct. But whatever you find, rest there. If you find the head becomes strained in the chair, put the hands behind the head. But no matter where you are, start to find the breath. So many times that we can seem so uncomfortable. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. But if you stop and you breathe, are you truly uncomfortable? Or are you experiencing the rise of an old emotion, an old pattern? If it's physical discomfort, make all of the adjustments that your body needs. If it's mental discomfort, go there. Because that discomfort pulls us in. It causes us to round in and guard. We cannot be boundless as long as we are bound by our thoughts. Bound by my thoughts. What? Oh, yes. Bound by our thoughts. If you feel as though your back bending is done, slide the cushion out. Find your Shavasana. But if you feel that you want to stay there, that it's really acting as a bridge for the support of that spinal energy, stay there. So since we drew the medicine horse card, it's called the progress on the path. It says, I am spirit, medicine horse, bringing you the message of freedom, journey, and progress. Do not act as though you are a beast of burden. Claim your innate divine dignity. Allow yourself to feel and be graceful. Recognize and honor your needs for rest, openness, safety, and respect. An ability to hear, know, and feel spiritual truth, which will guide you in every aspect of your life journey, is opening up. Connect with your spirit. Live your truth. Begin to deepen the breath, if you so choose. And I was just thinking, when I was a beginning yoga teacher, I was so worried about teaching the precise movements. The warrior that looked like this, the tree that looked like that. I was a teacher and I had to get it right so that the students could learn and get it right. And then someone said, but hey, what happens if you talk about such and such in class? Or you added this, or you did that. And I grew. And then I got to the point where the yoga had nothing to do with the movements. Sure, do a warrior. The warrior is a vehicle. The body is a vehicle. Simply a container. So either stay where you are or roll up to seated for our last 3 breaths. Evaluate the container. We've moved, we've twisted, we've adjusted energies. Not just the body, we've adjusted energies. And where are you now? Find the breath. Right here. Sharing the next 3 breaths or sounds, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Breathe into that belly. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe into the collarbones. Be boundless, be free, and extend the energetic hand to those that you come in contact with. Spread kindness, spread equality, spread respect. Namaste. I love you all. I'm going to upload the rest of these. So we have stuff to do in the next 2 weeks. And I love you. Thank you for coming today. You guys are great. Pause the recording.